silence, all stand and remain standing until the conclusion of the reading of the proclamation. Ladies and gentlemen, the proclamation. All persons having any business before this honorable court now draw nigh. Give your attendance, and you shall be heard.
Admission of lawyers. Daniel Abraham.
May it please the court, I move that Daniel Abraham be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Daniel Abraham be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Warren Ascioto.
May it please the court, I move that Warren Ascioto be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Warren Ascioto be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Abdul Rahman Yasser Muhammad K. Ali.
May it please the court, I move that Abdul Rahman Yasser Muhammad K. Ali be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Abdul Rahman Yasser Muhammad K. Ali be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Gina Alikoze.
May it please the court, I move that Gina Alikoze be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Gina Alikoze be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Michael Philip Baker.
May it please the court, I move that my husband, Michael Philip Baker, be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Michael Philip Baker be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Micah Luke Borden.
May it please the court, I move that Micah Borden be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Micah Luke Borden be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Cassandra Gale Boyce.
May it please the court, I move that Cassandra Gale Boyce be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Cassandra Gale Boyce be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Luke William Broadhead.
May it please the court, I move that Luke William Broadhead be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Luke William Broadhead be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Andrew Raymond Cadet.
May it please the court, I move that my husband, Andrew Raymond Cadet, be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Andrew Raymond Cadet be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Avalon Grace Barry Carnell.
May it please the court, I move that Avalon Grace Barry Carnell be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Avalon Grace Barry Carnell be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
John Yingwei Chan.
May it please the court, I move that John Yingwei Chan be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let John Yingwei Chan be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Gong Chen.
May it please the court, I move that Gong Chen be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Gong Chen be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Hannah Choi.
May it please the court, I move that Hannah Choi be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Hannah Choi be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Madeline Claire Clift.
May it please the court, I move that Madeline Claire Clift be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Madeline Claire Clift be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Sarah Emily Croak.
May it please the court, I move that Sarah Emily Croak be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Sarah Emily Croak be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Grace Elizabeth Connolly Crowley Shaw.
May it please the court, I move that Grace Elizabeth Connolly Crowley Shaw be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Grace Elizabeth Connolly Crowley Shaw be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Brodie George Denman.
May it please the court, I move that Brodie George Denman be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Brodie George Denman be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Melissa Susanna Quadros Liu.
May it please the court, I move that Melissa Susanna Quadros Liu be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Melissa Susanna Quadros Liu be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Mohammed Helmi El Rubi.
May it please the court, I move that Muhammad Helmi El Ruby be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Muhammad Helmi El Ruby be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Kylie Jane Ferguson.
May it please the court, I move that Kylie Jane Ferguson be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Kylie Jane Ferguson be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Rita Hajar.
May it please the court, I move that Rita Hajar be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Rita Hajar be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Owen Francis Houston.
May it please the court, I move that Owen Francis Houston be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Owen Francis Houston be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Maria Rachel Howard.
May it please the court, I move that Maria Rachel Howard be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Maria Rachel Howard be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Issei Kato.
May it please the court, I move that Issei Kato be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Issei Kato be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Chung Man Kim.
May it please the court, I move that Chung Man Kim be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Chung Man Kim be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Shuna Liu.
May it please the court, I move that Shuna Liu be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Shuna Liu be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Jasmine Mantufe.
May it please the court, I move that Jasmine Mantufe be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Jasmine Mantufe be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Corey Mitchell Markowski.
May it please the court, I move that Corey Mitchell-Markowski be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Corey Mitchell-Markowski be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Caitlin Amber McCarthy.
May it please the court, I move that Caitlin Amber McCarthy be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Caitlin Amber McCarthy be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Marianne Micallef.
May it please the court, I move that Marianne Micallef be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Marianne Micallef be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Sophia Marie Nasser.
May it please the court, I move that Sophia Marie Nasser be admitted as an honourable member as a member of this honourable court.
Let Sophia Marie Nasser be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Angelique Jean Bernadette Nellis.
May it please the court, I move that Angelique Jean Bernadette Naylor be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Angelique Jean Bernadette Nellis be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Michelle Nguyen.
May it please the court, I move that Michelle Nguyen be admitted as lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Michelle Nguyen be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Caleb Oxley.
Oh, sorry. May it please the court, I move that Caleb Oxley be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Caleb Oxley be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Annabelle Louise Parmigiani.
May it please the court, I move that Annabelle Louise Parmigiani be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Annabelle Louise Parmigiani be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Michaela Jacqueline Perez.
May it please the court, I move that Michaela Jacqueline Perez be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Michaela Jacqueline Perez be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Tu Lee Pham.
May it please the court, I move that Tu Lee Pham be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Tu Lee Pham be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Isha Rana.
May it please the court, I move that my sister Isha Rana be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Isha Rana be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Jacob James Randall.
May it please the court, I move that Jacob James Randall be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Jacob James Randall be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Marika Ratnam.
May it please the court, I move that Marika Ratnam be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Marika Ratnam be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Melissa Ann Richardson.
May it please the court, I move that Melissa Ann Richardson be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Melissa Ann Richardson be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Morgan Jade Robbins.
May it please the court, I move that Morgan Jade Robbins be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Morgan Jade Robbins be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Stefano Stephen Rossitano.
May it please the court, I move that Stefano Stephen Rostano be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Stefano Stephen Rossitano be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Diana Sabuni.
May it please the court, I move that Diana Sabuni be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Diana Sabuni be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Christopher Sirijovski.
May it please the court, I move that Christopher Sirijovski be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Christopher Sirijovski be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Wang Ho Sit.
May it please the court, I move that Wang Ho Sit be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Wang Ho Sit be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Shivani Srivastava.
May it please the court, I move that Shivani Shrivastava be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Shivani Shrivastava be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Khalida Chingman Tang.
May it please the court, I move that Khalida Chingman Tang be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Khalida Chingman Tang be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Kayla Theocharis.
May it please the court, I move that Kayla Theocharis be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Kayla Theocharis be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Despina Valeski.
May it please the court, I move that Despina Valeski be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Despina Valeski be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Manuel Ventura.
May it please the court, I move that Manuel Ventura be admitted as a lawyer to this honourable court.
Let Manuel Ventura be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Mohammed Nizar Wafai.
May it please the court, I move that my brother, Mohammed Nizar Wafai, be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Mohammed Nizar Wafai be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Alana Susan Wall.
May it please the court, I move that Alana Susan Wall be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Alana Susan Wall be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Kelly Ann Williams.
May it please the court, I move that Kelly Ann Williams be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Kelly Ann Williams be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Cody Tegan Russell Walden Garrity.
May it please the court, I move that Cody Tegan Russell Walden Garrity be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Cody Tegan Russell Walden Garrity be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Helen Yan.
May it please the court, I move that Helen Young be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Helen Yan be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Amy Zhu.
May it please the court, I move that Amy Zhu be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Amy Zhu be admitted as a lawyer of this court. It will now be necessary for those whose admissions have just been moved to swear an oath or make an affirmation. Would all newly admitted lawyers please stand as directed by the officiating officer?
Could you please be seated and just rows 1 and 2 stand, please. Daniel Abraham, Warren Asierto, Abdul Rahman Yasser Muhammad K. Ali, Gina Alcazay, Michael Philip Baker, Micah Luke Borden, Cassandra Gale Boyce, Luke William Broadhead, Andrew Raymond Cadet, Avalon Grace Barry Carnell, John Yingwei Chan, Gong Chen, Hannah Choi, Madeline Claire Clift, Sarah Emily Croak. Do you severally swear or declare and affirm that you will truly and honestly conduct yourselves in the practice of a lawyer of the Supreme Court of New South Wales, and that you will faithfully serve as such in the administration of the laws and usages of this state according to the best of your knowledge, skill and ability? Would you please say, so help me God, or I do?
I do.
Would you please be seated? Would rows 3 and 4 please stand? Grace Elizabeth Connolly Crowley Shaw, Melissa Susanna Quadros Lee, Brody George Denman, Mohammed Helmi El Ruby, Kylie Jane Ferguson, Rita Hajar, Owen Francis Houston, Maria Rachel Howard, Issei Kato, Chung Man Kim, Shuna Liu, Jasmine Mantufe, Corey Mitchell Markovsky, Caitlin Amber McCarthy, Marianne Micallef, Sophia Marie Nasser, Angelique Jean Bernadette Nallis, Michelle Nguyen, Caleb Oxley, Annabelle Louise Parmigiani. Do you severally swear or declare and affirm that you will truly and honestly conduct yourselves in the practice of a lawyer of the Supreme Court of New South Wales, and that you will faithfully serve as such in the administration of the laws and usages of this state according to the best of your knowledge, skill, and ability? Would you please say, so help me God, or I do? Would you please be seated? Would rows 5 and 6 please stand? Michaela Jacqueline Perez, Tuli Pham, Isha Rana, Jacob James Randall, Marika Ratnam, Melissa Ann Richardson, Morgan Jade Robbins, Stefano Stephen Rossitano, Diana Sabuni, Christopher Sirijovsky, Wang Ho Sit, Shivani Shrivastava, Khalida Chingman Tang. Do you severally swear or declare and affirm that you will truly and honestly conduct yourselves in the practice of a lawyer of the Supreme Court of New South Wales, and that you will faithfully serve as such in the administration of the laws and usages of this state according to the best of your knowledge, skill, and ability? Would you please say, so help me God, or I do? Please be seated. Would rows 7 please stand? Kayla Theocaris, Despina Valeski, Manuel Ventura, Mohammed Nizar Wafai, Alana Susan Waugh, Kelly Ann Williams, Cody Tegan Russell Walden Gerrity, Helen Yan, Amy Zhu. Do you severally swear or declare and affirm that you will truly and honestly conduct yourselves in the practice of a lawyer of the Supreme Court of New South Wales, and that you will faithfully serve as such in the administration of the laws and usages of this state according to the best of your knowledge, skill, and ability? Would you please say, so help me God, or I do?
I do.
Would you please be seated?
Now that the formal part of the proceedings is complete, I would like, on behalf of the Chief Justice and all of the judges of the court, to welcome you warmly and to welcome your family and friends to the Supreme Court of New South Wales. I am Justice Ward, the President of the Court of Appeal, and I have the honour to represent the Chief Justice at today's very special ceremony for each of our newly admitted lawyers. Present on the bench with me today, to my right, is Justice Wilson, who is a judge of the Common Law Division, and to my left, Justice Henry, who is a judge of the Equity Division. Together, we, as a bench of 3 female judges, you may note, have the honour to have admitted you in the exercise of our jurisdiction to practice. As we gather here today, I wish first to acknowledge the traditional custodians of the land on which we meet, the Gadigal people of the Eora Nation. I pay my respects to their elders, past, present, and emerging. I recognise the long-standing and enduring customs and traditions of Australia's First Nation peoples and their deep connection with the country. I welcome any of our Indigenous peoples present here today or watching the ceremony in modern fashion online. To all of our newly admitted lawyers, it is a great pleasure to welcome each of you individually to the legal profession of this state and to be able to do so in person. Although it's now almost 40 years, or some 40 years perhaps, since I was admitted as a solicitor in this very same courtroom, I well recall the solemnity of the occasion and the excitement of my parents, neither of whom was a lawyer, who were here to witness the ceremony. Little did I imagine that one day I would be presiding over just such a ceremony. I'm also pleased to welcome all of those watching your admission today. Today is a day for celebration. You will all no doubt have worked extremely hard to reach today's milestone in your career, perhaps through caffeine-fueled nights and obscure problem questions, perhaps reading countless wafer-thin papers of textbook or straining your eyes on computer screens, and more cases than you can hope to remember. You are entitled to be proud of your achievements, and your family and friends are especially entitled to be proud of you. No doubt many of them will feel they'd almost be equally qualified to be admitted here today, having shared the knowledge of the law that you have gained over the years, and no doubt having been on the receiving end of your finely honed skills of advocacy and persuasion. Indeed, they may feel that they know more about snails in ginger beer bottles and the cannibalisation of shipwrecked cabin boys than it was ever necessary for them to know. In being admitted as a lawyer today, you have today joined a centuries-old profession with ancient origins. The custom of advocates swearing an admission oath dates back to the 12th century. The Supreme Court was established in 1823 and is nearing its bicentenary. This court first admitted lawyers to practice in 1824, making New South Wales only a handful of jurisdictions in the common law world with a continuously operating court as old as this. By 1830, the names of lawyers were entered onto rolls in the state. You have now become part of this tradition almost 200 years later. Perhaps for some of you, and certainly for your family and friends, that's how long it feels like you have been studying. At the heart of this tradition is the direct relationship between the court and the lawyers of this state as officers of the court. The oath or affirmation that you have made today is a serious one and deserves solemn regard. You assume today ethical obligations over and above those demanded of you as members of the community. The legal profession is dedicated to upholding the rule of law, one of the most important pillars of a peaceful and democratic society. The standards expected of legal professionals are correspondingly high. As lawyers, you owe onerous duties to your clients, but your paramount duty is to the court. Amid the obligations you acquire to the court are a duty of full disclosure of the relevant law, a duty of candour not to mislead the court or knowingly to permit your client to do so, a duty to refuse to permit the commencement or continuation of baseless proceedings, a duty to exercise care before making allegations of misconduct against any other person, a duty not to assist any form of improper conduct, and a duty to conduct cases before the court efficiently and expeditiously. Your duty to the court requires that you comply faithfully with your ethical obligations, no matter what pressures may be placed upon you, and no matter that they may sometimes conflict with your client's wishes or desires. Whether you work in private practice, at the bar, in a community legal centre, or in an entirely different field of endeavour, as lawyers you should always be known for your honesty, integrity, and commitment to justice. It is in acknowledgement of this weighty responsibility that we observe today's unique formalities. An occasion such as this marks not only the achievements that you have made in the course of your studies, but also the prospect of those to which you aspire in the future. Each of you has reached a different albeit in many cases similar, path to join the legal profession. You come from different homes, you come from different backgrounds, some with lawyers in the family, as we have seen from the admissions this morning, some with no lawyers in the family at all, and you come from different cultures. You will bring to the practice of law different experiences and perspectives, and you will no doubt have different expectations and aspirations for your career. The legal profession and the administration of justice are both enriched by that diversity. This makes it important that we strive for diversity in all aspects of the legal profession, including on the bench. I mentioned earlier the perhaps uniqueness of having a bench of 3 female judges to admit you to practice. Women were originally not allowed to practice law. In fact, women were originally not allowed to study law. But since 2018, women have made up more than half of all solicitors with a practicing certificate in New South Wales, and they currently make up approximately 63% of solicitors under the age of 30. Women occupy many of the most senior positions in the law, including, of course, the Chief Justice of Australia. However, women continue to face challenges, including challenges of representation, including amongst judges of the court and amongst barristers in speaking roles before the court. The local court of New South Wales almost has achieved gender parity amongst magistrates, but there's a long way to go. And gender diversity is not the only issue to be addressed. Cultural and ethnic diversity, among others, is just as important. Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander peoples and those from diverse cultural backgrounds continue to be underrepresented in the legal profession, and particularly within the judiciary and the ranks of senior counsel. Although I note that our first Indigenous judge has been appointed in Queensland in the Supreme Court, and another Indigenous judge is about to be appointed to the Supreme Court of Western Australia. As many notable judges before me have observed, it is important to the maintenance of the rule of law that the constitution of the court reflects the community which we serve. We must also be alert to barriers to the profession for people from less privileged backgrounds. We will only achieve a truly diverse profession when barriers to advancement are broken down and people from different backgrounds are properly supported in a collegiate and inclusive environment. Those issues are fundamental to a just and transparent legal system and to the legitimacy of the rule of law. Having said that, it is important to remember that notwithstanding that you are a diverse group, you now share a common membership of the legal profession. It is your great privilege as a lawyer not only to inherit a body of knowledge that has developed over hundreds of years, but also to have the chance to contribute to its ongoing evolution. The legal profession is one that demands a constant commitment to learning. You may have thought this was an end to your studies, but if so, it is my unpalatable duty to tell you that you were wrong. The law is complicated and constantly developing. Were it otherwise, there would not be the scope for academic discourse that there is, and we as judges would not so regularly have our misunderstanding of the law pointed out to us by the advocates who appear before us. Rest assured, for those of you with a bibliophobia, that is, a fear of running out of reading material, as lawyers that fear will never materialise. I have referred to the duties that you have assumed as lawyers today. Those are the minimum, not the total, of your professional obligations. But you will be encouraged by the fact that you will have the opportunity to play a trusted role in some of the most important and difficult events in the lives of others. You have now entered the real legal world, so to speak. In one famous annual speech to the Law Society, the former Chief Justice likened lawyers to plumbers, a necessary evil and often expensive and difficult to get hold of. You will now encounter the reality of that world, of eggshell skulls and peppercorn rents. You may even meet the mysterious reasonable person, and you will have to apply the Constitution with an understanding that it consists of so much more than simply the vibe of the thing. As you go about your day-to-day work, remember you are not merely dealing with the law in a vacuum, but law as it applies to people's lives. You must strive to deliver your legal services competently and fearlessly, with courtesy and integrity. For those of you who will practice law, The way you communicate to others will have profound consequences for access to justice. For a non-lawyer, the law is often incomprehensible. One of your roles as lawyers will be to make law accessible to others, sometimes by deciphering legal complexities, other times by deciphering poor legal drafting, and sometimes both. We must not keep the law locked up as lawyers as something knowable only to ourselves. Finally, for the moment, although we mark this occasion with formality and tradition, not everything in the legal profession remains unchanging. Over the past 2 years, we've had to adapt quite a bit. COVID-19 has meant a rapid shift to increased use of virtual courtroom setups and technology to ensure access to justice continued in the midst of the global pandemic. For those of us who are Luddites, this has posed technological and other issues. Occasionally, a lawyer might even get stuck behind a Zoom kitten filter. There have been also more significant difficulties to grapple with in terms of open justice, effective communication, and fairness to all. For all of us, the challenges we've faced, the impetus is greater than ever before to permit flexibility and accessibility. As the newest members of the profession, you are at the forefront of innovation in the law. You have a unique opportunity to see through changes so that justice is done openly and equitably. In performing your obligations, you should not lose sight of the fact that you are now part of a professional community. The law is a collegiate profession, and in that context, I propose now to call upon young representatives of the New South Wales Bar Association and the Law Society to say a few words to you on this special occasion. Ms. Ernst, do you move?
May it please the court. My name is Christine Ernst and I've been practicing at the bar for about 3 years now, principally in commercial and public law. And on behalf of the New South Wales Bar Association, I warmly welcome you to the legal profession. The legal profession, as the President said, is an old profession based on precedent and the rule of law, while also being a profession that grows and develops to adapt to new practices and technology, and most important, to society's values as they change over time. For several decades now, the composition of lawyers and barristers in New South Wales has changed to better reflect the community. The bar today is a welcoming place for people of all genders and backgrounds, and you are welcome, either straight away or after some time as a solicitor, to apply to come and join us at the bar. It is an honour to be a lawyer, and in my case, a barrister, and I'm very proud to be a member of the legal profession. I enjoy the intellectual challenge of my job and the fact that it allows me to give expert advice to and represent people in court and to contribute to society in a meaningful way. If you're interested in coming to the bar, you can contact the New South Wales Bar Association or have a look at its website, which sets out the steps that you need to take. And each year there is an open day at the bar. I understand there's one in October. To become a barrister, you must pass the bar exams and satisfactorily complete the bar practice course and reading requirements in your first year at the bar. In terms of the support available, in your first year of practice, as a reader, you have 2 tutors who are barristers of at least 7 years seniority, who meet with you weekly, review your work, and teach you practical skills, whether by having you appear with them in court or by other means. The bar is also renowned for its collegiality, especially in chambers, so you're not isolated or alone. The New South Wales Bar Association is the professional body that supports barristers, and it has several barristers' committees, including, for example, a wellbeing committee, which runs seminars on health and wellbeing, promoting balance between your work and other parts of your life. Our new barristers committee, which organises social and educational functions for barristers in their first 5 years of practice, like me. And a diversity and equality committee that promotes one of the key strategic goals of the New South Wales Bar Association, which is to attract the best people to become barristers, regardless of their race, religion, gender, parental status, or sexual preference. Whether as a lawyer or as a barrister, I encourage you to get involved in the Law Society that my colleague here is from, or the Bar Association, and to use your skills to assist your community. It is a rewarding experience to practice in connection with others in your profession. So once again, on behalf of the New South Wales Bar Association, I welcome you to the legal profession and I congratulate you on your admission today as a lawyer of this honourable court. May it please the court.
Thank you, Ms Ernst. Mr Cool, do you move?
May it please the court. My name is Daniel Kung, and not so long ago, I stood where you are standing today. And what a momentous day it is. You are here being admitted to the Supreme Court role as the final step at the end of a long and arduous journey. You should all feel immensely proud of what you have achieved to date. When I embarked on my career as a lawyer, I had no real idea of what to expect. It was not always easy. Often it was overwhelming. But as I stand here today, after 5 years of working across both the community legal sector and the public service, I can tell you I've already learned a number of important lessons. One of the most important things I have learned is the importance of belonging to a profession. The legal profession is an increasingly large and diverse community, and one to which you now belong. The Law Society of New South Wales is the home of that community, with our 30,000 members spread far and wide across the state. We are bound by our shared duties, our commitment to continuous learning, our desire to connect, and our drive to give back to our communities and uphold the rule of law. As an early career lawyer, belonging to a strong network of peers is crucial. That is why I've been a part of the Law Society's New South Wales Young Lawyers branch for 8 years, first as a student and now as an early career lawyer. Here, I have found friendship, inspiration, guidance, and support when I needed it most, as well as opportunities to advocate and to join committees. By joining the Law Society and New South Wales Young Lawyers, you will gain access to professional support, conferences and events, a wide range of publications, professional development opportunities, mentoring, volunteering opportunities, and much more. It is the role of the Law Society to ensure that you, as newly minted solicitors, can continue to thrive and succeed in your new profession. So again, congratulations to you all. Look us up online or speak to your employer. We look forward to welcoming you into the Law Society community. May it please the court.
Thank you, Mr Cool. In closing, can I say that as custodians and servants of the legal traditions that you have inherited today, you are in a unique position. You are the future of our profession, and you will steer the direction that the profession takes. On behalf of all of the judges of the Supreme Court, and especially on behalf of my colleagues and I on the bench, I offer you my sincere congratulations on your admission and welcome you to the legal profession. The court will now adjourn.
All stand. This honourable court is now adjourned.